Happy birthday week, Taurus Geminis. Welcome into your birthday yearly forecast, okay? This reading is going to overview your next trip around the sun. So from May 2026 to May 2027, give you a little bit of insight into what you can look forward to over the next year as you celebrate your solar return. I thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're new here, my name is Gabrielle. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back, my love. And special shout out to all my channel members tuning into this message early and ad-free. I love you all so very much, and I thank you for all your love and support. It truly means the world to me. If you want to become a channel member for exclusive viewer perks and bonus readings, you can join at the description box below, the link that's right there. And let's talk about the next year for you, okay? Your personal solar year is going to definitely come with some challenges, okay? I have to preface what I'm about to say with that. And it feels like the main challenge I was picking up on is centered in the throat chakra, which is Taurus ruled, okay? So there could be a lot that is trying to stabilize in your energy, Taurus Geminis, that is trying to expand or open up your, I almost want to say vocal manifestations, like the weight and the power behind what you say is trying to increase, okay? It feels like you have been doing a lot of work, definitely maybe a lot of things centered around family, okay? I just heard working hard to keep family together. You might be the glue that keeps your family together, the rock for your family, the stabilizer for your family. Something about that might shift over the next year, mainly because it does feel like there's a part of you that's ready to awaken into a higher frequency that's going to pull you out of that archetypal energy of being the rock, being the glue, and kind of gluing and stabilizing yourself. Again, we have a lot of energy that is stabilized in Aries over the next several years. So being focused on your personal identity, who you are, how you identify yourself, how you connect with yourself is just the collective focus. But that looks like for you awakening your throat chakra, okay? Some of y'all are ascending karmic cycles maybe when it comes to family, or you will have the opportunity to do so. In that ascension, it is going to reveal some sort of mask that you have either had on to, again, maybe keep the peace, be the glue, keep everybody together, or you're going to start seeing the mask of the people or family around you, okay, a little bit clearer. It also feels like it's a part of you that's been masked. You've been, maybe majority of y'all, you might have been masking a part of yourself because it maybe doesn't fit into your family structure or your family belief system. Something about your fourth house could be very significant over the next year. That could be what you're transcending, okay? So there could be a lot of activity in your 12th house or your 8th house. So 4, 8, and 12th house energy seems to be really lit up for you over the next year, Taurus Gemini. So matters of the home, endings and beginnings, and transcending your karma is significant. So Cancer energy, Scorpio energy, Pisces, so a water trine. You might have a water trine supporting you over the next year, okay? Whether you have that in your chart or the cosmic mapping will activate a water trine in your chart. Yeah, there's something about harmony because all of those numbers are divisible by 2. That's what I'm just telling you what I saw. It's like, so trying to bring the duality of all of that water energy into oneness. But that's going to require you to maybe speak, say, communicate in new ways, or communicate from parts of yourself that you've kept hidden, okay, in order to keep the peace. It feels more centered around keeping the peace. So there could just be a lot of truth that's ready to erupt out of you, that's gonna set or recalibrate some sort of familial energy. This could also be friendships. Take that as it resonates. Love relationships, if that's at the forefront for you, okay? That's what I was getting in my meditation. Okay, let's see what spirit animal guides are guiding you. What archetypal energies are showing up here? Yeah, nightingale, throat chakra. You got a song to sing, something that you need to speak on or speak about or share. So maybe I'm being pulled back to that 8th house energy. There could have been something about family secrets, or having to maintain the secrets of a family dynamic, or a lot of things that it's like things happen, nobody talks about it, everything gets swept under the rug, like that kind of secrecy, hidden energy, hidden feelings, hidden thoughts. All of that might be coming out over the next year, okay? So this might be a year where speaking your truth from the way, I almost want to say the way you feel and see it, is essential, but you're gonna have to make sure what you feel and what you see is not distorted, Taurus Gemini, okay? Especially if you're dealing with 12th house energy. That could be it. Maybe it's been distorted for a while and you're transcending that distortion. Clarify. Who else is here guiding Taurus Geminis over the next year? Got a lot of bird energy. Nightingale and hummingbird, so air. Something about finding the right pace. Hummingbirds move so fast. It's like a kind of trying to capture a light. It's over here, it's over there, it's over there. It's just so quick. Maybe that's what life feels like, or what things have been like in your family dynamics. I keep coming back to family. So family just seems to be significant over the next year. But it's like things are either happening so quick, it's hard to grab control of, it's hard to grasp, it's hard to ground. Scorpion energy, there's that 8th house. Or it's like spurts of goodness, sweetness, right? Hummingbirds like nectar, they like sugar water. It's like there's moments of sweetness, but it's hard to hold on to those moments because of the weight of the secrets, or the weight of what's hidden, the weight of what hasn't been talked about. So that could be getting in the way of enjoying your family dynamics, building healthier or stronger family dynamics. Okay, clarify. Yeah, the sea serpent. I genuinely want to say that's sacral chakra energy, but I'm going to check the book on that just so I give y'all the right info. And for those of you that might be interested, we do a bonus birthday week reading for channel members where we actually look into the chakra centers. So if you're interested in that, you work with chakras, consider joining the channel. That link again is in the description box below. Okay, yeah, you've got crocodile. What's lurking beneath and is the phoenix, more spiritual energy. That I want to say is either solar energy, the phoenix. Okay, so definitely lower chakra. Okay, clarify what else, what's lurking beneath. The hawk, more spiritual energy. Okay, so that's not going to fit. The hawk, the golden egg, and the butterfly. More air, though. Yeah. You might experience a lot of shifts in your mental body. That's definitely a larger collective energy. Okay? But a lot of air showing up here, and fire with water and spirit. Okay? So not seeing too much earth, that could be it. You are the earth amid the air, the water, the fire, the spirit. Like I said, you're the rock, you're the glue, you're the thing that stabilizes all of this energy. So this could represent energy that's around you, but still nodding to transformation. Scorpions shed their skin. Phoenix is a huge transformation. It's a cycle of transformation. Butterflies go through a cycle of transformation. And like I said earlier, you're going to have to make sure that what you see and feel is not distorted. Hawk. So you might need a broader perspective on something, or your viewpoint is expanding so you can see what really is. Like, again, maybe those masks. That could be that crocodile energy. Ooh, I just heard envy and hatred. Seeing the... Ooh, Panther in reverse. Envy and hatred with Panther in reverse. Yeah, somebody's shadows might come out to play here. They've had their eye on you. That eye is just like drawing me in. That's also looking like an eye. Okay. So something about eyesight could be significant. Yeah, something about vision. How you see things or what you see might be called into question over the next year. Or it's almost like a veil coming off of the eyes, possibly, with that scorpionic energy. Another eye. So your third eye might be awakening. Oh, this could even be a transition in your vision. Moving from the sea serpent, the crocodile, to the dragon. Sea serpent gives that chasing the tail, the Ouroboros. That's the 12th house. Karmic cycles, repetitive energy, breaking through, transcending karma. You might be ready to like stop chasing your tail and face whatever this crocodile energy is, rise above it more or less. Whether this is crocodile energy within you, so some sort of shadow within you that needs to be integrated into dragon energy. Both are low-key dragons. Well, maybe not dragons. Dragon is a dragon. That's a dinosaur, a crocodile. But still ancient. There's something ancient about this. I'm hearing primordial. There's a primordial part of you awakening over the next year. Because, yeah, it's like you start out with this, like, light and a little bit fluffy kind of energy. Nightingale, hummingbird, sweet, small. And you end up in this dragon energy. You're not small anymore. Maybe that's it. Something about the family dynamic was keeping you small. Making you feel small. Not being able to expand because everybody needs you. Everybody's dependent on you. Feeling shackled or weighed down in some way. Clarify. Thank you. And the whale. Oh, it gets big, big. That's not even just huge and massive. That's deep. Weight. Yeah, you go from like lightweight to heavyweight energy. And both the dragon and the whale, again, ancestral and ancient. Lizard, chameleon. Okay, so you're gonna be definitely shifting your frequency in a major, major way over the next year. It's like making peace with your primordial energy, with your raw, unfiltered self. Maybe you've always felt like you've had to be polished and contained, and maybe there hasn't been anyone around you that can truly handle the all of you, Taurus Gemini. Not just the light, sweet hummingbird, nightingale, sing a song, you know, kind of like lull me to sleep, stay in that forever innocent, young, youthful type of a thing. It's like there's something definitely deeper, heavier, and darker. And darkness isn't necessarily negative. We gotta get out of that mindset, okay? We're all born from darkness. Darkness was here before the light. There's nothing to fear about that energy. Yeah, you know what I just heard? Instead of living for others, you're living for yourself. That could be the mantra for your next trip around the sun, your solar return energy here. Instead of living for others, I'm living for me. I've lived enough life for others. I need to live for myself. That's what awakens all of this heavy energy. Okay, before we do that, let me double check the chakras connected to this spirit energy, because you have quite a bit out here. Okay, yeah, Phoenix is the root chakra. Okay, period. Yeah, the ancient yogis believe that our heaviest karmas, exactly, our heaviest karmas reside in the first chakra. This earthen center is also the Muladhara, or your root. The ascent of the phoenix begins in the root. It travels up to the sacral and goes towards the navel, the solar, and then again from first to third. So purifying your essence, freeing you from the past. Oh, it's almost like you've put in a lot of work to try to have your perception maybe be this nightingale hummingbird, when there's definitely some crocodile, dragon, whale in there. Okay? And it's time to integrate all of that. Okay, so you got the root chakra. Yeah. Sacral chakra energy with the sea serpent. Yeah. Fear or shame. Being creative without fear or shame could be significant. It's the water element. Something that you desire that you've maybe been denying yourself of could be relevant here too. The home of the divine mother. So you could be integrating with feminine energy or activating your feminine energy. It's where Kundalini lives. You might have to mother yourself. Oh, there could definitely be some complicated dynamics there in the family in that way, where instead of waiting on your guardians to guard you or mother you, father you, parent you, you're stepping into that phase where you learn to parent yourself. But like I want to say again, not from a distorted sense, not in a mirrored sense of what your guardians were, but in a way that actually ascends you, honors you. So if you grew up in a situation or you come from a culture or a family dynamic that's not that nurturing, it's time to nurture yourself. It's time to give yourself that love, okay? Yeah. And then the dragon, child, yes. First chakra, second chakra, third chakra. The dragon is the solar plexus. Balancing the ego. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, that's where your health, your fire, what governs your, thank you, divine. Your third chakra, your solar plexus, governs your ability to see clearly, both inner and outer dimensions. Like I said, something about your vision. Okay. So over the next year, you're going to be seeing things absolutely clearly because you see yourself clearly. So anything that was keeping you from seeing yourself clearly might be going through that fire, might be shedding from you Scorpion energy. That whale gives me like King of Cups, emotional mastery, master of your waters. Yeah, it's like where you might have felt like, I don't really know if I'm just going to keep using family because it keeps coming up. I don't really know if my family really fuck with me for real, or like, why does I always feel like my biggest ops be my family? It's because it is. Okay. Ooh. Hold on 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Had to get that ash. Yeah, you know, I think if you've always kind of had that feeling that people were wearing masks around you, people weren't really telling you how they truly felt, or, you know, there might be a little bit of hidden envy, a little animosity, a little unspoken energy, all that's about to come out this year. Because, and even let's say this, even if it doesn't come from them directly, because people rarely really have, you know, the courage to really say what they think and feel, you're gonna see it. They might not even have to say how they feel. Your spiritual eye is about to awaken so that you see this spirit that's operating in them. You see the inner and outer dimensions. Okay. So tell me more about this nightingale energy. 9 of Pentacles. It's almost like you have a new form of independence. You might have found independent thinking, independent, yeah, it's like you found independence in one realm of life, but it's time for you to have it in all realms. That's what I'm getting off that 9 of Pentacles with this nightingale. Show me the hummingbird. The Ace of Cups. Yeah. So you might have financial independence, but it's time for you to have an independent heart. Emotional independence. So you could have a lot of people that are emotionally dependent on you, or you emotionally depend on. So any sort of codependency might not survive the next year. Reclaiming your heart there. Yeah, the Page of Pentacles with Scorpion energy. Somebody here could have a Scorpio moon. Take that as that resonates. Learning how to master that energy can be a little difficult sometimes. It can be very intense, feeling things intensely, learning how to stabilize what you feel. Or almost how to, like, I almost want to say capitalize off of what you feel. Turn it into something stable. Okay, what's at this sacral chakra? The Lovers. Oh, wow. Yeah, for whoever is going to really resonate with this energy, I almost want to say you've been deprived of love. Genuine love. Ace of Cups. You might feel like the black sheep out of your family. You might feel, again, odd or different from your family, or just the people or the places you grew up in. Never really felt like home. You've been deprived of connection, the Star. Yeah, it's because Earth isn't necessarily your home. Strength. You could identify as like a star seed. Or if that's been the case where it's just nowhere really feels like a full connection to you, it's because you're connected to something higher than this realm. Okay. And I feel guided to say, don't force a story or a feeling or an energy that does not fit you. If you're not in that energy, then that's not for you. Okay. But this Phoenix ascension that's going to start happening over the next year from your first, second, and third chakra is going to build a stronger foundation in your awareness of self. What's at the navel with the dragon? The Page of Swords. Oh, you'll definitely be able to see clearly. You're going to see patterns. Parrots are, they mimic things. They pattern their speech after what they hear a lot. It's how they communicate. You're going to start to pay attention and better understand the patterns of communications that have been, I'm hearing, directed towards you, to maybe accomplish that feeling of being separate from love, unlovable, unlikable. Yeah, it's like all those schemes and all those patterns that were established with you. It's like you're going to see it for what it is. And not only see it for what it is, see how you've heard it so much that you've believed it. It's conditioning. It's devil energy. That's what you're about to see. You're about to see the devil energy that surrounds you. And it's not necessarily for, like, we all have devil, we all have shadow, we all have light. It's not to go down that road of it in your mind. It's just to understand how someone's shadows have become your inner voice because of what's been repeatedly said or communicated to you without context, without deeper thought, without clarity, hidden energy, hidden intentions. It's like, it's unfortunate, but it is, I mean, it's a reality, right? You don't really know the effect that you will have on the youth around you, children, until they kind of grow into who they are. You might be joking with that child, but they could be taking that personally. Do you see what I'm saying? They're internalizing what you say. They don't understand the context of a joke. So I don't know if you had guardians that almost like treated you like a peer, but then also needed you to stay in a child's place for their ego, but then also like depended on you as if you were an equal to them. So you might not have really had an actual childhood. That could be, you might have been robbed of your innocence in that way. So like, they're saying things to you, assuming that you have an adult concept of, oh, they're just joking. Oh, I'm just kidding. Oh, you know, that you don't know that you're a child. So whatever was said, you might have really believed was true about you, about how they felt about you. Like a lot of internalized energy might be surfacing up here over the next year, Taurus, Gemini. And it's going to take you deep into your emotional body, not to drown you, but so that you can master it. Show me this whale. The Five of Pentacles. Yeah. This could be work that you're doing with the divine. The divine might be guiding you through this healing, because it is intense with Phoenix and Scorpion and Dragon out here. That's a lot of intensity. But if you have like a Scorpion moon, or again, a lot of energy in your 8th house, you're built for that kind of intensity. Something just might trigger you actually integrating with it over the next year. Clarify this 9 of Pentacles under Nightingale. Thank you. The King of Pentacles, period. There you are. Yeah, you've mastered one way of expressing yourself, showing up in the world. It's time for you to master another way that's way That's more in alignment with the truth of who you are, not who others expect you to be, not who others want you to be, need you to be, who you need you to be. Clarify the Ace of Cups under this hummingbird. The Magician. Yep. One step closer to sovereignty is that Ace of Cups that you're about to get over the next year. I just keep hearing void. It's the one thing you've been void of. That Ace of Cups Lover's energy. It's like you can look at... I'm just going to stick with family, okay? Again, take this as this resonates for whoever and whatever this might show up as. Use your discernment and your intuition. But I'm going to stick with family. You can look at your family and be like, yeah, okay, we look the same. But our hearts aren't the same. I wouldn't do what you would do. We don't have the same like moral compass or the same kind of orientation or beliefs or just temperament and personality. Like, we look the same, but we aren't the same. And that might have been a little difficult to accept or to understand, especially if you're comparing yourself to other people, where it's like you can see people, they look the same and they act the same. They have harmony. Why don't I have harmony with the family I was born into? It's that star energy. Seven of Swords. Yeah. Why do I feel stuck? Trapped? Why does this not feel like alignment for me? Why are none of you like me? Why is it so hard to understand me, relate to me? Yeah, you could have definitely been maybe alienated a lot or neglected in some way. You know, and maybe that's just it. Like, maybe your parents or your family just didn't know how to understand you. Maybe they played up on some sort of like oddity that you are, or we don't know where you came from. You know what I'm saying? Like, that they're not wrong. Like, I do think that for those of you that are going to resonate with this, yeah, the Eight of Pentacles, I do think that that was intentional for the journey that you're meant to be on in this lifetime. The Eight of Pentacles under the Page of Pentacles with Scorpio, yeah. It allowed you to focus your energy in, again, I keep getting that, in one direction, in one way. Because that was the only way that maybe you could express yourself or get this energy out or feel or find some sort of connection to the people around you. By being the nightingale hummingbird. But with the Lovers and the Sea Serpent, it feels like you might be stepping into some connections, some partnerships, relationships, bonds that mirror your heart back to you. The Lovers. Yeah, oh, period. The Ace of Wands. Like I said, one step closer to that sovereignty with the Magician energy. You have the Ace of Cups and now the Ace of Wands. Yeah, there is a very specific connection for you here, Taurus Geminis, that are resonating with this. That is beyond just being attracted to somebody. It's an actual mirror. Like, it's an actual spiritual bond. The connection is a conductor for love, is what I just heard. For the love that's been missing. It leads you to your aces, your Ace of Cups. It transforms your spirit in some way with this dragonfly on the Ace of Wands. Clarify the star under the crocodile. That could be it. Secretly, you've always... not Empress energy, period. Like I said, you've always been the star. That star energy, it's Aquarian. So yeah, there has always been something unique about you that it's not like, from how I'm sensing it, it's not like anyone else in your vicinity, in your village, in your tribe, in your community had that same energy. So you stood out whether you wanted to or not. And that might have been difficult for the people who cared for you or your family or around, because it could have shined a light on, again, what was lacking in some way. Because again, you got the Empress, mothering energy. The Divine Mother lives in the sacral, the sea serpent, Kundalini. It's like that kind of, it's like the loving force that lives in you didn't live in anybody else. And so people maybe lean on you, use you as the rock and the glue, because you give off that Empress energy. It gives them something that they don't have naturally. But that's also with the crocodile, again, I just think it breeds some sort of, or has bred some sort of maybe resentment, some hidden intentions, hidden negativity, hidden feelings, hidden jealousy, hidden envy. And it doesn't mean that these people, your family, doesn't love you. It just, sometimes maybe it's hard to, which sucks. Totally sucks. Trust me, I know it sucks. But that's a part of the journey when, you know, you are tasked here to really learn how to awaken love within yourself. And you're strong enough to do so. You got the Phoenix with strength. You're strong enough to go through that transformation, the Two of Swords. Like I said, it's not that they didn't love you. They just maybe couldn't love you in the way that you needed to be loved. And that's a hard pill to swallow sometimes, because then you have those questions, well, why would I be placed within a dynamic where I couldn't get the love that I needed? But it's because it was supposed to be awakened within you, not given from someone else. So you're kind of set apart for a different type of love, a deeper type of love that can only be found from within. So some of you are breaking up with that tape recorder kind of voice inside the head that could have stemmed from a guardian, that maybe dictated how you think about yourself, how you see yourself. Again, made you feel weird, strange, or odd when you're nothing of the sort. You just might have karmic family. Like, you know, you're just in that dynamic where more than likely you are different and, I guess you could say, strange and odd, maybe eccentric, because you're meant to branch off and do something different. You're not meant to follow in the pattern of the culture or the family that you were born into. Okay? Clarify this Page of Swords under the Dragon. The Hermit, yeah, that's where you're going to be called to do a lot of reworking, rewriting, or re-recording that voice, so that it's actually you giving a very clear depiction and description of who you are internally and externally. So this is going to be a year of you learning how to show your self-compassion in a way that's actually impactful. Not in a way that kind of keeps you in the same loops, in a way that breaks you free from them. Clarify the Whale with the Five of Pentacles, Divine. Two of Wands, in a way that gives you dominion, in a way that gives you a clearer understanding of your own wants, desires, and needs. Sacral chakra. So something could have been muddied up in that sacral chakra. Again, maybe a loss of innocence a little too soon. Okay? Or in a way that maybe distorted feminine energy for you if you're a masculine tuning in. Or distorted masculine energy for you if you're a feminine tuning in. Okay? Distorted love, pleasure for you if you see what I'm hinting at and where I'm going at, okay? But yeah, this is your Queen of Cups era. Where not only are you going to actually learn how to swim in your own emotional waters, you're going to master them, like really truly understand how to pour into yourself so that you're no longer waiting on another cup to come in. You got your Ace of Cups and that's what you need. No longer starving yourself or keeping yourself away from love or blocking yourself from love because you pour love into you. And not like an egoic sense of love, like an actual deep agape, universal, unconditional style of love. Deeper than that. All right. Okay. So yeah, heavy indeed. A lot of heavy work. But it will be beautiful. I will tell you that. It will absolutely be beautiful, especially when you start to feel the effects of your own love in your life. It's a great feeling. When you know that you're the source of your own sun, your own heart, your own energy. You know what I mean? You don't necessarily need anyone else's cup to feel full. That's really what the divine is trying to guide you to over the next year, Taurus Gemini. You know how to fill yourself up so you're never lacking. And never maybe making choices and decisions or getting into connections and relationships or partnerships or tying your finances into things that operate or feed and reinforce that lack. Once you really do step into that Ace of Cups, especially as a magician energy, which is your cusp for me as a cusp reader, once you really get into that, what you are attracted to, what you want, what you desire, what you see, what you feel just changes. What you were settling for at one point won't even be enough. You wouldn't even think twice about accepting that or dealing with that, putting up with that, because you don't treat yourself like that. Yeah, this is going to be a year of reparenting you from a feminine perspective. So mothering yourself, regardless of your gender. Learning how to be your own mother. Okay. Yeah, Spirit has a plan. Koala 35. And I totally understand that. Totally understand. It's like, why would I be born into this kind of dynamic to feel all that emptiness? Spirit has a plan. Like I said, it was absolutely intentional. You're not a mistake. There's nothing wrong with you. Your environment that you were rooted in and planted in, that 4th house energy, was absolutely destined and intentional. You're just going to be learning a little bit more about that destiny over the next year. Okay. Yeah. Frog spirit clearing out the clutter. So you could be doing a lot of karmic transmutation for your spirit team, your soul tribe, your star family. Again, if you identify as a star seed, so not necessarily blood, but it could also be for blood. That could be the reason why the divine placed you in that bloodline. Because you have the star power to do that transmutation over that karma, with that karma, which not only frees you and all spirits and energies that are connected to you, but also that bloodline. So your situation, whether you want to believe it or not, was heaven sent. That's an interesting way to say that. I don't think I wanted to say that, but something about heaven sent. Yeah, mouse spirit, tend to the small things. Squirrel spirit, believe in yourself. Yeah, this is you mastering emotional worry. Like, I almost want to say that your sacral chakra could have had a lot of damage around it, or could have been left open. A lot of fear, shame, and guilt has been able to root itself into your sacral chakra. That's what you'll be clearing out. Parrot spirit, there's that Page of Swords. Watch your words. Exactly. Watch how you speak to yourself, speak about yourself. This would be the year to really practice not reiterating or regurgitating things that have been said to you from a negative space. Actually thinking about why you feel that way. What are you really saying? Being mindful around your words, Taurus, Gemini. And I've been saying this forever. I'll say it again. Especially for those of you that got placements on this cusp, born under this cusp. What you say will be. Period. It is a function of you being ruled by Mercury. Okay, Mercury and Venus. What you say will be. That's probably why I was feeling throat chakra. So all of this deeper lower chakra work has to get decluttered in order for your power, your throat chakra, and your heart chakra, Gemini energy, to strengthen itself and actually be utilized in the way that the divine had always planned for you to. Okay? Yeah, surrender now. That's all you got to do. Surrender to the light within you. Surrender to this kind of work that I feel someone's higher self has been calling them to, but it's definitely time to get into. And I almost feel like even if you don't want to, I don't really know that you'll have much of a choice over this next year. So that could bring about a tower. Divine intervention. You'll have no choice but to face this work and to do it. It would be your only way out of something. Like, it's that kind of like, it's on your checklist, it's on your docket, it's in your soul's blueprint and path. There's no escaping it. Okay? Yeah, claim your independence. I think I just saw cat spirit. Exactly. This is about your soul's independence and sovereignty. Okay? One more for Taurus, Gemini, for their solar return. Yeah, freedom is yours. I'm trying to tell you. Horse spirit, master number 33. Right. And nothing is wasted. You haven't wasted all this time. Get those types of thoughts. You're not a waste of space or a waste of time, a waste of energy. Like, I think that could be a part of that parrot energy. Somebody saying that to you. You're not worth it. Da 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 da. That's just a waste of time, waste of space. That's not true. Okay? It might be true for them, but it's not actually true about you. They just don't have the capacity to handle it. So maybe you're about to meet some people or meet someone specifically here, Taurus, Gemini, that does have that kind of capacity so that you can do this work. Okay? Well, alrighty, my loves. I'm going to leave it there. Numbers, I guess, yeah, I feel called to say these numbers. So 35, 8, 28 and 10 or 1, 40 or 4, 12, 57 or 12 or 3 could be significant numbers. 45 and 9 could be significant. 12 again with 39, 3, so 333. Definitely 333 could be an important number synchronicity for you. 12, 12, again, that 12th house energy could be significant. Okay. Over the next year, those might be important numbers for you to just keep an eye out for. Alrighty, my loves, I really do hope that you enjoy your birthday week, celebrating yourself and your next trip around the sun. I thank you for being here on the channel and celebrating with me. Drop your birthday down below in a comment so I can wish you happy birthday this week, my loves. All right, and I will see you all soon. Love you lots. Namaste.